Hey guys, Terry here. Today we're going to talk about the best adhesive to use for different kinds of skin types. So as you know, different people have different issues. You may have an oily scalp, you may have an overly extremely dry scalp, maybe you have a scalp that gets very irritated very fast. So we're going to talk about some of the adhesives that you could try or maybe are using currently, and maybe you want to try something new that might also work for you a little bit better. So first off, we're going to talk about some of our tapes. So one of a really great tape that's kind of not used as much, it's kind of an old school tape, is our cloth tape. So cloth tape is a little bit thicker. This tape itself is really great if you do have an oily scalp. Reason being is that cloth tape will actually absorb the oils, which then will help it to stick on your head a little bit longer. Now, you don't necessarily have to go in with a whole row of cloth tape. You cut little tiny pieces and just add them in certain areas. You kind of want to avoid the front hairline just because it is going to make it a little thicker. It's one of our thicker tapes, but it is a really great tape that is going to help to absorb those oils on your skin. Maybe you have a very irritable skin and you want to try a tape that's not going to irritate you too much. Maybe you can't wear a hair system all the time. Our red tape is actually really great because it's going to give you enough hold that's going to last you at least a couple days if you want to take it off every couple days, or extra hold if you're just going to use it daily. So it's a really great daily tape that has enough hold that's going to last you all day, but at the same time you'll be able to take this off your skin without it actually irritating your scalp at all. And that's really a good thing you want to do, especially if you do have a very sensitive scalp. Now, speaking of sensitive scalp, what else can you do other than tapes? Just in case. Scalp protectors are a must. Like, you really want to make sure your scalp protectors are something you're always using. I don't care if you're a pro or not. This is gonna literally make or break an actual taping or gluing of a hair system. We have our regular Walker Tape scalp protector. This is a really great product. You can put it on, sprays on really easy, goes on with a thin layer, and it dries really quickly, which is then in turn gonna give you that base that's gonna, give you some protection against humidity, sweating, any irritation. However, perhaps you need like a hard hitter. So this is like one of my favorites, KP Skin Med. This stuff works great on everyone. The product itself goes on. We usually have a little tab that you just roll it on. Unfortunately, I've taken mine out because I don't use this on clients like that. But usually you just roll it on the skin. It's going to put a really thick barrier, not a thick one, but a thick enough barrier on the skin that is going to make it really good for any irritation. Now, let's just say you want a tape that's just gonna last you the longest. So but you don't know what to use. A lot of our tapes, including our blue tape, our ultra hold, we have also our no shine. All of these tapes last 2 to 4 weeks. You gotta figure out what tape is going to last you the longest. And sometimes it's a little hit and miss. You gotta figure out what's gonna work with your chemistry to kind of last the longest on your head. So it's okay to try a couple different tapes. The really great thing with us is we have various amounts of tape you can purchase, from pre-cut packs that are just a little small amount. I think there's 36 strips, to small rolls, to medium rolls, to really large rolls. So trying a smaller roll, see how the product works for you. See if that might be the one that works the best. And again, like I said, our lace tape, our ultra hold, these both have a 2 to 4 week lasting time. So both of these can really do well. However, if you're oily, one might work better for you than the other. There's really no dead set rule of what adhesive works the best, because again, it's what's the best for you as an individual. So don't be afraid to switch it up, try something new if there's a product that's not lasting you as long as you would expect. So if you have really dry skin, I would suggest pairing any of your tape with an ultra hold glue. So Ultra Hold Glue is going to give it that moisture. It's gonna add that moisture to the skin because now you have like a sticky substance on the skin. It's not gonna be just the tape, which is gonna really give you more of an adherence to each other. However, if the opposite is true and you're very oily, you don't wanna be using glue with tape. The oily skin will literally break down both products at the same time and they'll slip and slide, and it's actually gonna be worse of an experience than better. So if you have an oily skin, try tape by itself without the glue. If you have a dry skin, try tape with the glue. We also have other glues we really like to try, and that is, oh, here we go. We've got our Ghost Bond. So Ghost Bond, we come in various ones. We have Ghost Bond, Supreme, XL, we have Classic. I don't have one here, but we have various Ghost Bonds that you can definitely try. They do have different strengths to them. One of my favorites is the Supreme. It is a little bit more expensive, but it really does work really well. The great thing with Supreme, it actually has less of a sheen to it, so it's really good if you're on camera and you're gonna be wearing something that's gonna be close up, you're gonna see that underneath the lights. The Supreme's really good. Plus it has a little bit of a longer hold. These are good with either dry or oily skin. However, they're not gonna last as long with oily skin, though they are made for oily skin also. Anything that you're doing, if it comes to summertime, it's hot, it's humid, you're not gonna last it long. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. The humidity in the air, the heat, especially this summer we've had here in Canada, is definitely gonna make your system come off faster. So keep that in mind. Ghost Bond, great for oily or dry scalp. One or the other, this is really gonna be a great adhesive. This is also water-based, so it's probably gonna cause the least amount of irritation versus any of the adhesives out there. So if you really wanna try something, you haven't tried a full glue before, try the Ghost Bond. However, this can only be used either on your skin with a lace system, meaning you're putting the glue on the skin and then the lace system down once it dries, or you can put it on a full skin base and use it that way. Not on mono, guys. If it gets stuck in your mono, you're not getting it out. Now, last but not least, one of my all-time favorite adhesives is Extendabond. So this one has been around for a long time. It also goes by the name of Geo. So this one here, basically, this is a solid glue. It is not a tape at all. It basically goes on like a tape. You can have the perforated line, you can cut it in the middle, have smaller pieces. It's really customizable. You can cut your pieces to any size you want. It's really easy to put on, but it goes on like a tape, but it literally breaks down like a glue. So once it has finished, it does actually get a little bit gummy when it does break down, but this is a really great adhesive to use with lace systems, as it does have the perforated holes in it, so it keeps that lace system still very breathable. So if you have a lace system, you don't want to be putting glue, like tape, around the perimeter because you still want to breathe more, you can definitely try this one out. It sticks really easy and it does last a fairly long time. It is supposed to last longer even than all the other tapes. However, again, it depends on the individual and what their lifestyle is. As for that, that's pretty much where we're at. So really, when you're kind of looking at your products, you really want to make sure you're trying different things and seeing what works the best for you. Everyone's head's different. We can't say we're not cookie cutters as individuals. Our adhesives might be different depending on each person. You can come to me and say, what's the best adhesive? I can tell you, and yeah, it might work for 95% of the people out there, but that 5% might need something different. So don't feel bad if something we've mentioned didn't work for you. There's always something more we can definitely try out for you, and come talk to us. We'll be sure to maybe set you up with something else. My name's Tara, and I'll see you next time. Bye.